Hey everybody, I'm Lego. I'm not Lego. Lego's not here. But I'm Hov, and welcome to REZOcast episode 148. I inserted numbers. Wilson told me to do that. God, I'm really tired, guys. I'm sorry if I don't have my normal energetic levels, but it was a long day. I literally walked in my house in a suit 10 minutes ago, maybe 15. So you almost suit Hove, like suit and tie. Wasn't it? Was that Justin Timberlake song? Is it suit and tie? That was me.
I just had sex.
No,
Oh, that was
that was Lonely Island and
that was
Akon.
Lonely Island. My bad.
Yeah,
He
no,
did something with them before, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh God, the one about nutting in your pants.
Oh God,
He was the janitor.
Oh jeez.
My pants. I can't remember. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm Hove. This is REZOcast. I'm joined this week by Mr. Wilson 309. Hi Wilson, how was you this week?
What's up, man? Like you, I'm very tired. Before the podcast, I was actually just explaining to Hove that it's kind of nearing somewhat towards the end of the year of the work season for concrete, and I am beat, dude. My elbows, my wrists, my
He
back,
has shit growing
my
on
neck.
his balls.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Long
I
story.
feel like there should be some context there. Okay, first of all, it wasn't my balls. Second of all, I had this like what I thought was like, I'm gonna be straight up, I thought it was like skin cancer in my back, and I went and like had it checked out. They went and biopsied. We're good, okay, we're okay. But I go, man, getting old sucks, dude. I go, my wrist hurts, my elbow's been bothering me, my shoulder was bothering me, I got shit growing on my back. And he goes, I thought you were gonna say shit growing on your balls. But no, we're good. We went did the whole doctor thing. They took it, they biopsied it, we're good, it's fine, okay, we're good. But
that's
my week,
that's the most important part, right?
that
Like,
was yeah, that was a couple weeks ago, and I don't want to bring everyone down with the conversation, but let's talk about what I did this week. So,
what did you do
worked a
this
lot.
week, Wilson?
Dude, I have been straight hooked on Destiny on PC, man. I've been doing all my gunsmith bounties, been stocking up on cores, been stocking up on armor mods and all kinds of materials. When I get off at night, I turn my PlayStation on and I go farm in the forge. And it's been a lot of fun, man. We did a Last Wish raid with Great American Hero. It was like me, Spiffy, Marcus, Kami, Great American Hero, and our buddy Bronopoli, and they hadn't had a chance to finish Last Wish. It was really cool. We did it. I got 1,000 voices.
No shit. Is it your first
Yes.
one? I'm assuming.
First one. I think it was probably like my 5th or 6th completion, so not bad. For, I mean, the amount of time it took me to do 5 or 6, you know what I mean? It was, but ultimately, I guess I got pretty lucky compared to a lot of other people. But we're gonna jump back in there this weekend. Our friend Jimmy was on vacation. He's gonna be back in town, so I'm excited to link back up with him. And yeah, just all the Destiny 2 hype, man. The TWAB was a bit of a banger today. So
I didn't even get to read the TWAB, so we're gonna do this together.
We'll do it. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of what we do anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
You're gonna have to, now that you're like raiding and things, you're gonna have to like carry me through a raid, and so like we gotta get back to raiding because one, like I just need to do them. Two, I'm gonna be bringing us a new raid friend. We're gonna have a new friend to play with in the near future. One needs to do some raids. So
Really, is this a surprise to be revealed later?
no, you just don't know him. So I mean, technically, I guess it's a surprise.
Nice, cool.
So I'd like to start getting back into that. I have been playing. I didn't get to play too much this week. We had 2 like brand new store openings, like yesterday and today.
Ooh, that sounds like a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, and closing 3 stores. Like 2 stores combined into one of these new stores, and then one of them moved. So the last 2 weeks have been insane. Today was the end of it. We went out to dinner afterwards and everything. So I'm caught up with that. I haven't gotten to play as much as I'd like, but I did, since the Steam migration happened and the Cross save. I got all that stuff done. Did play some D2 on PC with, current updated characters, which was nice. I mean, we talked about this last week because that was also with you. But really, I haven't gotten to play too much since then. Like I said, today was the end of that nonsense for a few weeks. So, if you haven't noticed, it's just Wilson and I this week. Lego, a.k.a. the Pussy Wrangler, is out.
Yeah.
Maybe he's out. Maybe he's out wrangling. We don't know.
Maybe he's
Mana had to work. He has to get up for work early tomorrow, so he doesn't blow anyone up with grenade launchers.
That's true. He needs to be alert and aware when at his job. Yeah. We advocate lots of sleep for his line of work.
I mean, at least till he gets the hang of it. I mean, have you ever seen Mission Impossible? Like, those dudes do all kinds of shit, and they don't necessarily sleep all the time. They're fine.
Dude, when I was a kid, no joke, I saw Mission Impossible, and I was into, like, James Bond movies before that, though. Like, I was huge. Like, when I was a kid, I could name all the James Bonds, all the movies in, like, chronological order, and I was on this kick that, like, I was that kid that when you asked, what do you want to be when you get older? I wanted to be a motherfucking spy. Because you get the cars, you get the ladies, you get the drinks, you get to travel. You gotta get on a fucking plane, though, so...
Speaking of planes, I was right there with you on that one, but you know what I always wanted to be? And it was from a movie, too.
Let me take a guess. Can I have a small hint? Small hint.
I'm trying to think of one that...
Was it in sports? Was it sports?
No.
Okay.
I'm trying to think... Everything I can think of as a hint is, like, would just totally give it away.
I'm totally on the spot and, like, got my mind a little bit too right before the podcast, so you're just going to have to go ahead and say
Tom
it. Otherwise
Cruise.
You wanted to be a jet fighter pilot.
Yes,
bro.
I did.
And you wanted to play volleyball with the abs. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that would have been cool, but, like, I just wanted to, like, shoot shit down in a fighter jet.
No,
like,
bro.
Tell me that would have been badass.
I could see you being good at volleyball. I'm just saying. I could see you going hard.
I mean, like, thanks. Like, that's not like you didn't say anything mean, but, like, why? Why would I be good at volleyball?
I can just see you going for it, dude. I feel like that's like a prerequisite to, like,
I'm very
jet
competitive
fighter pilot.
when it comes
like,
to
you'd
that
have
kind of
you'd
shit.
obviously have good eyes. Okay.
That was, like,
good
the problem.
hand-eye
Like, I
coordination.
never,
Yeah.
I think you have to have 20/20 vision.
Wasn't that song "Playing with the Boys" when they were doing the volleyball scene? I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I just know the
I could be
Danger
totally
Zone.
wrong making that up. Danger Zone was good. There were some bangers. And
Who sings it?
banger tracks. Highway to the Danger Zone. Oh my god, I feel like I should have bang, 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 in the beginning. Oh god, why am I... Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Loggins? There's no fried chicken here.
Yeah, no, this is it. Okay, yeah, no, great movie though. How do you feel about the remake coming up, bro?
I mean, the thing that kind of makes me excited for it is that they had been talking about it. Like, people have been asking for it for years, and they'd been saying they wanted to do it for years, but they didn't because they kept saying, like, we don't want to just be like, hey, let's make a sequel. Like, they wanted to have a story that, like, made sense and was going to be cool and actually be good.
Yeah.
So they're saying they have that. So it won't just be, hey, let's watch Tom Cruise fly a jet for 2 more hours and, like, everyone will like it. Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
So if there's something cool with it, then I'm down.
It's an iconic movie, man, and you got to be delicate when you talk about, like, a sequel. It's a sequel. It's not a fucking remake, right?
No, it's a sequel. He's like, I think he's still. I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you remember who else was in it? Do you remember who played
Val Kilmer, right?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Low key.
And now Val Kilmer's fatter than me.
Val Kilmer was
Looks like
really
a Teletubby.
What was that movie he did where he was a spy? The Saint. Remember, he was trying to steal the plans for Cold Fusion?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he got the cars, the girls, and the drinks.
Do you know it was an underrated movie that had to do
What?
with, I think it was like Cold Fusion or some kind of reactions. Some kind of cold something. I don't remember.
Right.
It was Keanu Reeves. It was called Chain Reaction. I think Morgan Freeman might have been in it.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. If it's got Keanu, I gotta check it out.
Yeah, right?
Dude, he's a great dude in real life. I heard he's just like a straight up average
He's like the
person.
nicest person. Did I tell you the story about the time he gave that kid the autograph? He bought an ice cream cone just to sign the
just
receipt?
so that he could get a piece of paper to give someone an autograph for sure. Like, but like when he like gets into like his John Wick role, like I've seen some of the training videos.
Oh,
like,
he like really knows how to do all that shit.
he trains with the best of like the tournament speed, like pistol and like rifle shooters. I think he trained with like, I think is it Machado? I think it is. That's like the MMA, like
Machete?
one of the, no, not Machete. I think it's Machado. It's like one of the best schools of like jujitsu and stuff like that. And like his technique and stuff in the movie, you can definitely tell it shows, man. And like he looks super young.
Can I tell you
and
something?
he smokes. He smokes.
Can I tell you something?
What's that?
I've never seen any of the John Wick movies.
What bullshit?
Swear to God.
I'm gonna tell you right now. It's the first one starts off really fucking sad, and I almost literally.
I mean, I know the gist of it.
Okay, yeah. First, like 5 minutes in the movie, I was like, "No, dude, I'm about to turn this shit off, like straight up." And I'm so glad I went through it. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I haven't seen. There's like a third one. Is it out?
Oh, it's been out for like a year. Maybe not a year, but it came out like early this year, I think.
I need to check it out.
It was like real big.
Corniak, he definitely knows kung fu. The Matrix reference.
Matrix was a good movie.
Absolutely, man.
Did you hear they're talking about was that a hoax or was that real that they were talking about Matrix 4?
They're not doing a Matrix 4.
I swear I heard that somewhere.
Which one was your favorite? 1, 2, or 3?
One?
Yeah, the first one was really good because like once you kind of started to figure out what the fuck was going on, like that's my favorite parts of the movies is when nobody really kind of has a clue what's going on. And I feel like the longer they stretch that out, for me, the better it is. And I don't know if I'm the only one with that, but sometimes I feel like movies are ruined once you figured out what was going on. Great movie that you didn't really know what was going on. What was that, Prometheus? Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Where, yeah, great movie. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on.
Inception?
Dude. And it was still yeah. Like Inception was really good because you could like get a grasp of what was going on, but then your mind would start thinking about other possibilities.
That's just how my mind works in general. I'm fucked.
For sure. Yeah.
But no, I agree with. Well, one, yes, the Matrix 4 apparently is happening.
What?
Yes.
Okay, we don't have the time.
We have all.
We don't get into the time.
We have all the time.
We do have all the time, but that's a long conversation.
Yeah. We're gonna get to Destiny here in a minute because we got a lot to talk about. Oh, by the way, because we don't have everyone here, we're gonna have kind of a short episode because we have half the opinions and mine don't matter anyway. But I do agree.
Man.
The reason I think the Matrix, the first one, was my favorite, even people's major complaints with the next ones notwithstanding. The coolest thing to me, like the story was dope and whatever, but like the coolest thing about the original Matrix was kind of like you said, it wasn't so much like what's going on, but like the discovery of what was happening. Like, why is this happening? And once you got to the second one, you already knew what was happening. You knew what they were trying to do. It just took 2 movies to do.
There was the thing that I did kind of like about the second one though was that like they kind of tied in like why there's like paranormal activity and it's like old code from an old system. Like the 2 twins that were like ghosts and like those guys that were kind of like vampires kind of or whatever. Like I thought that was pretty interesting. But yeah, I don't know. Let me ask you this though.
Yes.
What would your persona be, and what would your, like, when you enter the Matrix, you know, they all have, like, a name, like a code name? You know, there was Cypher, there was Mouse, there was Tank.
Isn't that just, like...
Well, what would your
Hov 76. I mean, don't we already kind of do that with our gamer tags
What about
already?
just 76? Kind of.
I mean, it's the
like,
same thing.
I guess that's a good point. Like, the mine's not very imaginative, then. It's just my name and area code.
Mine's my name and my nickname and my birthday.
Fair enough.
Not 1976. I am not 43 years old. I am not.
Did that on the fly for being tired.
I think that's right? 43, 24.
We're just gonna go
19?
with yeah because I'm too stupid to check your math.
Otherwise, I would be.
What's your call sign?
Long Schlong Silver.
That's your call sign from now on? I'm writing that down. Hold on. Long. Alright, I got you.
Do you know how to spell Schlong?
Yes.
There's a C in it.
What would
Sweet Dick
yeah,
Willie?
Sweet Dick Willie, 100%. Like
Yeah.
that's absolutely. Thank you very much, Breath Shadow. It was nice. I stopped into Tefty's chat the other day, and saw tons of people I haven't seen in a while. Talked to Tefty for a bit. It was great.
Who?
Tefty. He's I see where you're going with this.
I don't know who
He's
that
a
is.
sweetheart. But everyone in chat started calling me Sweet Dick Willie, and he goes, "Oh my God!" He's like, "How could I almost forget?" And he just couldn't stop with the Sweet Dick Willies or whatever. And he's like, "Pope called you out, man." And he's like, "How do you feel about being called out on DCP?" And I was like, "Bro, I get called out a lot. You're gonna have to like elaborate on that. I get called out all the time."
Ironically, today on that topic, real quick, and then this is the last thing that I have anyway. I was walking through downtown Pittsburgh today, and I crossed past a bar called. Well, first of all, the symbol was the name in a circle with two rabbits holding the circle up, and it was called the Warren.
Really?
Yeah, like
That's cool.
Briar's
Like
thing.
Briar's clan, yeah. Like he's in our clan, but he has like he had like a Twitch clan and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Met a lot of amazing people in that clan, dude.
Like Steve.
A lot of really cool people. Definitely Steve.
I don't know who Steve is.
The artist formerly known as Prince is also in the war.
Is it true that Briar's a disciple of Scientology?
No, but Tom Cruise definitely fucking is. Like, man, he's more than a disciple, dude. I'm pretty sure he's at the point to where like he could commit a crime and they'd cover it up.
Is
dude.
he?
Like, that's how.
That's the actual
Have you
definition
seen-
of Scientology.
Listen,
They worship Tom
commit
Cruise.
crimes and
No,
cover-
they worship Tom Cruise.
and cover up crimes for real. I don't want to get into it, but like Tom Cruise was giving a speech and it was pretty fucking weird, man.
But you know what else though? He's also one of those people that's known as being like one of the nicest guys in Hollywood.
For sure. He's also an actor. You know what I mean, too? That's the other thing. I see him up there doing that shit.
Yeah, but
and
I'm
like,
talking about people that like talk about him, like the things he's done for them, and like
no,
blah, blah,
absolutely.
blah, like,
And he's actually done some good things for like charities and stuff. Like he's actually a decent dude. But I'm just saying, man, Scientology, dude. Even Mr. Conspiracy Corner believes in aliens and paranormal and all this wacky shit that like people think is crazy. Even I find things that are hard to believe.
I don't believe you.
And it starts with that.
All right. So we're gonna just jump straight into the TWAB / Luke Smith's last word explosion, and then jump into community questions and call that the episode. But since I did not read the TWAB because I have had no time, Wilson is going to lead the way here. He didn't know I was gonna do that, but
Didn't know that I was going to do that at all. Luckily, I have the TWAB up.
well, yeah, because you were trying to explain it to me and I wasn't listening.
Yeah. So I think, like, we're just going to hit, in my opinion, on the most interesting points here. And one of the things that stuck out to me right away was the world of Destiny 2 changes every season. With each new season in Destiny, we want players to feel like they as a community are contributing to Destiny's evolving world. Awesome. That's kind of what we wanted from the beginning.
Is this is Luke Smith's thing, right?
This is the Luke Smith thing.
Okay,
Correct.
okay.
This is the word explosion, as you put it.
Wordgasm.
Yeah. It's lengthy. It's girthy, people. So hang in there.
Like 10
Each
inches.
season in Destiny has to ride the line between delivering self-contained, season-long world arcs and making the handoff to the next season. Together, seasons now move the Destiny universe forward. So in Season of the Undying, the portal of the Black Garden that was opened as a part of the Jacket quest has awoken the Vex, and they are now pouring out across the surface of the moon. Working with Ikora, players will do some stuff, go somewhere, fight some things, and solve a problem, aka redacted. By the end of the season, the portals will close, the world state will change, and the seasonal activity connected to it will go away. I think that's freaking awesome.
So it's
Like,
kind of, they're going to have like a rotating like Dreaming City-ish thing to it. Like the Dreaming
Yes.
City stuck around, but as far as like it changing the world.
for sure. But most importantly, at the end here, it says, yet something remains. This will be just in time for Redacted to kick off the start of Season 9, Season of Dawn. So it sounds like there's going to be some, what's the word I'm looking for, like continuity between seasons. You know what I mean? Like there's, so they're going to kind of like.
But it's weird. It's almost like there's continuity and a more clear divide as well. Like.
Absolutely.
Because things are going to just go away. Like they're going to end, right? Like.
Yeah. So everyone who plays Destiny will be able to see how the world is different and changing during the season. Those with the season pass will be able to play a seasonal match-made activity within the Black Garden for that extra level of sweet gear. This is similar to an old annual pass access, but the goal is that everyone will be involved in how the world changes. At the end of the season, your collective actions will have caused the world state to change, and the seasonal activity connected to those events will also go away. They explain, doing this allows us to evolve the world narratively, but potentially physically as well. It is not possible to keep Destiny frozen in place to allow all activities to live forever, which is actually something that a lot of people have kind of harped on in the past, that, I wish stuff can stay around, but like, you got to get rid of it to usher in new things, you know?
Well,
like,
I mean, they had even mentioned that before, that they were not going to be able to sustain this world. They weren't going to be able to just keep adding things forever.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just can't. So, I mean, starting now to kind of have rotating things, I guess, is, at least the solution to that for the time being. And, it's a new thing. Like we always say, we want them to try new things. Let's see what happens. I mean, I'm down. It's new shit.
Yeah. Absolutely. But while events and activities in the world will come and go as the world evolves, weapons critical to the meta will not be locked in each season for new players or for players who miss that season. Legendaries and exotics you need to stay competitive will be re-earnable in the future, although not always immediately after the season ends. We'll be talking about this later. And what they mean by that is they don't want season people who purchase the season pass or that particular event in the season. You know what I mean? That particular, you don't have to like buy all of them now. You can kind of cherry pick them. But they don't want anyone who purchased those to just feel burned that you don't have to buy it and just wait till the beginning of the next season to be able to obtain it. So there's going to be a bit of a waiting period to kind of respect the players that threw down. I think they're like asking for $10 per like each event per season, you know what I mean, which is nothing. Like, so if you just kind of want to dip your toe in and you didn't want to take part, this would have been really great for those who didn't want to take part in Season of the Drifter but wanted to do the Forge and Menagerie, which got like amazing reviews.
The Menagerie,
you know what I mean? Menagerie. So that's pretty much it for how the world's going to evolve. They did touch on the seasonal artifacts a little bit more. Actually, a lot more.
Well, I mean, this is all out there. We're just gonna give you a little overview.
They do kind of talk about some of the mods in a little bit more detail here. Let me see if I can find. While leveling up and unlocking mods, you will also increase the power of the artifact, which will continue increasing at the end of the season. Yes, it is uncapped. So that has been confirmed that you can level up your artifact past the, what is it? Looks like level 10 or something like that. Yeah, you can keep going after
to whatever you want.
Exactly. Yeah, which I think is going to be really cool because, somebody out there is going to be flexing, like there's going to be that one dude. There's gonna be that one guy or girl that freaking goes for it, man.
Well,
like
they say, because my thought with that, I mean, even if it's not capped, you have to do something to keep some sort of level playing field, right? So I believe we talked about in one of the past weeks, and Anon was talking about it in Discord, is that maybe it has like each level the XP for your next level increases. Maybe it's even dramatically. So like once you hit a certain point, it takes, from 10 XP, I'm just picking numbers, 10 XP to 20 XP to 40 XP to 80 XP, and it
how
just
normal
keeps...
like XP progression usually works, you know what I mean? Like your first couple jumps.
Well, you remember they tried that with levels and everyone freaked out.
They did, but that was tied to Eververse. That was, I think it was tied to the Dirty E, you know what I mean? Like, and
is that like
That sounds bad.
I know a girl we call Dirty. No, we didn't. I just made that up.
But it says artifact power adds directly to your overall power and is account wide. We are both excited and a little terrified to see how high players manage to raise their artifact power during the season. So this is definitely a test run. They kind of want to see. They kind of want to see how it plays out. Like I said, they're excited and terrified. I'm also excited and terrified because there's probably going to be some beastie people out there. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be cool that it adds to your overall power, though. Like, that's pretty strong, man. Like,
well, here's the question though: when would that even benefit you to continue to get real? Besides, because then if it resets like a new seasonal artifact for the new season when the power level cap increases. Well, maybe not cap, but like the regular power level. So how would being really, really high even benefit you outside of what? Just Iron Banner, right?
Iron Banner, I guess it's for like the people who just love to see that number go up.
No, that's totally great.
Yeah, but the people who also want to like, because I think power level for the raids, like even I think it caps out like even if like for instance, like if you go into regular Leviathan, if our current power level was like what we were the actual damage that we were dishing out, like dude, you could just solo him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It caps at whatever that like max power level. Like you don't get any more gains after you pass the power level of said activity or slightly above it. Right. I can't remember.
But you usually don't hit that until that becomes the previous season's raid. You know what I mean? So I think it'll be a way of hitting that cap before the next season for the people who really just want to put the fucking raid on farm, who are really looking to min-max for that piece of gear, that weapon or... Right,
some of those like looking ahead and min-maxing that stuff. But I don't think it's really going to do anything on an everyday basis. Like you're not going to be at a disadvantage for not having ground out a crazy high artifact level, right?
Yeah.
Like
totally.
And I just think that if we're looking at this correctly, I think that's important because it does give the people who really, really, really want to play a ton and do all these things and, you know, get ready for the next season and min-max and all that kind of stuff. It'll give them an advantage and something to chase for, but it's not going to hurt you if you're not that person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
totally.
I think that should work well, unless there's something I'm missing, which there usually is, to be fair. Yeah, I've noticed that every time I come up with these, like, really, like, I thought this, and let me tell you why, I realize that, like, the next day, like, the first comment is like, well, Hov, actually, you were wrong. And I'm like, oh, all right. And then I consider quitting podcasting.
It happens. I mean, like, we've been right about a few things. Like, for reference, when they showed that little teaser, and it was the what was it? The teaser for Shadowkeep, and I was like, what are those like phantom things hanging in the background? Like, I was like, those totally look like guardians, and I guess that's what they are, is like fallen guardians from the Great Disaster. The first time Crota came up and like whooped that ass, and we realized he was a problem.
He did whoop that ass.
Dude, apparently it's called the Great Disaster. I mean, use your imagination.
He killed like thousands of Guardians.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Fucking, they just didn't know you just had to pull the Ethernet cable out. That's all you had. That's all you had to do. You could have stopped them dead in his tracks. Dummies. But then they talk about seasonal Luke talks about seasonal XP progression here. We want to make sure that each season has multiple complementary reward sources because we all play Destiny differently, and we want to be able to customize our Guardian the way we want to. We will continue to have RNG rewards as a part of our activities, and we also want to add a direct track of rewards to each season that you can progress every evening. The best weapons and armor will still live in the treasure chests of our toughest monsters and villains, but the hope is now there will be fewer nights where players feel like they logged into Destiny and got nothing done. And what he's referring to is a battle pass.
Pretty basically. Much, yeah.
There's no other way to put it. It's a battle pass. He actually...
But it just comes with that season pass, right? Like, or is it...
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And he actually shows, he says, here's a look at the season pass UI. and gives a pretty clear indication of the kind of things that you can expect. I mean, there's like an exotic engram, there's some bright engrams, there's glimmer, there's armor, there's weapons, bright dust, some consumables that we have no idea what they do, legendary shards, those things. I think that's incredibly cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited about it. I played Fortnite for a while during the craze, and one of my favorite things was completing my battle pass, that sense of progression. Like, I may be having a shitty night, like I'm not landing my snipes, my building was always terrible, maybe me and Hov were just shooting each other the whole time. Like, it's possible. You know, but I can maybe get my shotgun kills done, or, you know, something for that. But with this battle pass, it's not going to be objective based. It's going to strictly be XP based. Any activity that rewards XP, which is any activity, you are now making progress towards the level of your battle pass. So it's exciting. And on this battle pass, the UI that he's showing, I mean, we just see levels 21 to 30. He goes into a lot of detail as to what free players, because some of the stuff is going to be available to free players.
Mm-hmm.
If you pay for the battle pass, you get the stuff sooner. If you don't pay for the battle pass, you got to work much harder and achieve a much higher rank to achieve said rewards, which is usually, I'm pretty sure that's how Fortnite did it as well. Like, you could kind of buy into it, you'd get a little bit more rewards, but like there was also shit that you could still do for free. Like, so he goes into detail. Season pass owners get access to a new seasonal activity, the Vex Offensive, which includes 4 legendary weapon drops, additional weekly and daily bounties, additional weekly challenges with powerful rewards. A new weapon quest for an exotic bow, Leviathan's Breath, exclusive to season pass owners. A new hand cannon, Ariana's Vow, awarded on rank 35 of the free track, awarded on rank 1 of the premium track. So I'm assuming the battle pass they're referring to as a track. It moves forward, or, you know.
Yeah. It's the two, like in the picture, like the free one and then the...
Absolutely. Yeah. So the new exotic hand cannon, Ariana's, will be awarded to rank 1 of the premium track, which will be the paid track. So if you pay up some money, you'll get a little bit sooner. And to respect those who ponied up the cash, you're going to have to get to rank 35 to get it. This is going to be really cool. This is going to be interesting. I know there's going to be a lot of us who knock that out super hard. And I'm glad that they they touched on that a lot of the loot's still going to be the way we like to obtain it, through farming, through raids, through strikes, nightfalls, other activities, maybe pinnacle weapons, those sort of things. Really excited about that. I don't want it to all be through the battle pass, but it's really cool that there's kind of an extra touch. I love that you just keep
calling it a battle pass.
I'm calling it a battle pass. I mean,
no,
it is
really
what it
like
is.
It.
Call a spade a spade. You know what I mean? Like, continuing, 3 seasonal legendary armor sets, 1 for each class. Collect a complete set during the first 25 ranks of the free track. Again, going back to that free track thing. Note, this is a change from the annual pass where you'll be required to purchase gear from the season. This is a change from the annual pass where you're required to purchase your gear from the season. So I'm guessing you don't have to, they're saying you don't have to purchase the season to obtain this gear. You just got to get up to rank 25. On the premium track, you will get all 3 sets on rank 1. So it sounds like the premium track, dude, is just going to be fucking raining loot when you hit rank 1. Like,
pretty much.
Yeah, and not to mention, like, all your characters get that bonus every week, that well rested, where it's triple XP for your first 3 level ups. So that's 9 level ups per week at triple XP. And that's if you don't continue to play after those level ups. These also drop within the Vex Offensive seasonal activity. So that's cool. There'll be other ways to obtain a different set. You know what I mean? Maybe a different burn on it, so you can put different mods on it. If you want the versions with higher stat tiers, you'll need to play the Vex Offensive. Boom, there you go. So the stat
the better
tiers.
Ones,
yeah,
exactly
what we were talking about. Some additional premium track rewards. 3 universal ornament armor sets, 1 for each class. I like that. An exotic weapon ornament for Ariana's Vow, 2 legendary weapon ornaments, a new finisher. Please, for the love of God, add like some Street Fighter shit in there. That'd be really cool. Like a shore you can uppercut. I want it so bad. There's so many different things you could do with it. Okay, Hove, you name a finisher that doesn't involve a phallic object.
Why would any of them? I take offense to this question.
If I asked you to make up a finisher, I know what you would say. It'd be something to do with.
No, it wouldn't. It would probably carry on.
We also get an exotic ship.
Yay!
Yay! All right. Awesome. What do you think about a lot of this stuff so far, Hove?
I mean, I'm pretty much okay with it. I'm sure there's gonna be people on both sides. You know, some people are gonna be mad that, you know, if you get the season pass type of thing, you get all this stuff at rank 1. But like, I don't know if you're one of the people that plays it and you don't want to buy the stuff, then you play and you still get it. If you want to buy it, you can buy it and get the stuff for like like a lot of these things, I just can't find myself getting super upset about it. Like, it's just how I am. I'm
actually
about
really
that stuff,
excited.
But, no, I am too. But like, I try to see like a little bit of both sides, but I just can't. Even if you have a small complaint about it, it's just not something that gets me like super worked up. You know, you get a lot of these things. Like I said, I'm kind of just getting through this as we go and trying to read and stay awake and listen and talk.
I feel ya.
But like, for the most part, it seems like no matter what, you can obtain, for the most part, the same things. It's just going to take you longer. You're going to have to play more. The better thing, if there's more than one version, the better one's coming out of the play in the Vex offensive anyway. So,
I don't think you're going to have
just
to
play the game.
Much. I don't think you're going to have to play. It's going to be as crazy as people think. And he kind of elaborates on that. And he actually, I think he kind of answers your question from earlier. Did Bungie just raise the XP needed to get a rank to some ridiculous level so that players, because they're going to allow people to purchase ranks towards the end of the season, which I think is really important to mention. I personally don't care.
I don't care either.
Yeah, I really don't care if it's towards the end of the season and there's going to be some people who just want to pay their way through, and that's fine. And there's going to be people who didn't have the time, but because they spent so much time working, they have a little bit of extra cash, and it can help them catch up. I don't see this as a pay to win. I see this as like a pay to catch up.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. So it says, did Bungie just raise the XP needed to get a rank to some ridiculous level so that players have to buy ranks at the end of the season? The answer to that question is no.
Well, are those ranks the same as the levels with the artifact? Are they hand in hand?
I think those are going to be... Oh, that's true. You were referring to the artifacts. Yeah. That's right. Okay. No, I imagine these are going to be completely separate. And I have a feeling you're right. I have a feeling for the artifact, it's definitely going to raise. It has to.
It has to. Otherwise, if they just keep going, I mean, there's times you might...
You don't even have to grind for gear. You could just, like, get I mean, I guess you would naturally get gear through XP, but, like... Yeah. Anyway, but the answer to that question is no. So their internal playtest team were playing strikes in a relaxed manner, very relaxed, 18 minutes per strike, with a full stack of bounties, and got a seasonal rank in less than 1 hour. So that's pretty casual. Like, if you're just hanging out, having fun, like shooting everything and not just rushing through stuff like we do. So I think if you play the game, not even hardcore, like, you're going to have this battle pass knocked out, like, well through the season.
I do want to address one thing. Azrael Speaks in chat said, it's a, quote, pay to finish. That's my only problem. Don't make people spend money because of a time limit. My thing with that is, if they're saying they didn't raise, like, if they're not making it some crazy number to get these ranks, right? So,
right.
If the people are paying to finish, paying to get to the end of this thing, then they wouldn't... It's weird. It's not like it's hurting them, because if they didn't have this buy the ranks thing, then those people would just be stuck where they were, and they wouldn't have that option. As it stands now, they either have that option to pay for it, or they get stuck where they would have without this option. Now, if they would have made it if they would have extended the time needed or the XP or whatever, then I would be more on board with that, because then it's like, hey, we're gonna make it really, really hard for you to get to this, or you can pay it. But if it's the exact same thing, then I don't know. It just doesn't.
We don't know a price yet. I mean, it's a good question / concern to bring up, in my opinion. We don't know a price yet, and until we do know a price, you're gonna have to ask the same question as an adult. You have to ask yourself all the time: how much is my time worth? You know what I mean? And like, sometimes, dude, our time is worth a lot. You know what I mean? Like, there's sometimes my time isn't really worth shit, but there's a lot of times when I'm super busy and my time is worth a lot. So just depends on what you got going on in your life in that time. And until I know a price, like, I mean, I'm okay with it. I don't think it's gonna be something crazy, dude. They're not predators for people's like wallets, unlike some companies.
And it's hard to say, because I mean, it varies so much regardless of the prices for every person. Some people say, I'm not going to spend a dime on anything. Some are like, hey, I don't give a shit. I just want this now. I'll pay whatever. Do you know what I mean? So it's really hard to really nail down something like that, in my opinion, because you're going to have people that just vary so much from I'm not doing anything to name it, I'll pay it.
For sure. So, absolutely. And this is a test. This is an experiment. You know, I hate to like be that guy that like, oh, you know, we're just a bunch of apologists, but like they're taking a fucking risk, which is like what we've asked them to do multiple times. Take risks, fail. You know, a failure isn't really a failure if you learn from it, and like they clearly like have learned from a lot of shit recently. So like, I'm really excited for this. This is a test. I've like all throughout these notes, he's definitely stated that like, you know, this is testing the waters in some places like we haven't gone before, you know, and like we as a community, like it'd be cool if, you know, obviously not everybody's gonna do it, but you know, like constructive feedback goes a long way. I really enjoyed A for this reason, but disliked B for this reason. You know, not just fucking dead game lol W or whatever the hell kids are spamming in fucking Twitch chat now. But couple last things I'll touch on. They kind of touch on New Light and how they're going to be dancing around, like inviting new players in and making things accessible right away. What the free-to-play players are going to get. So what you're going to get: patrolling the moon, opening mission.
There's a long list of things you're going to get. We don't.
Yes.
You know, it's a bunch of stuff.
But like it's pretty, like, it's a lot of shit. Patrolling the moon, opening mission to Shadowkeep. You know, you get the 2 new strikes. You know, we're getting strikes, which means new Nightfalls, which hopefully means new Nightfall loot. You get Crucible updates, obviously. You get the 2 returning PvP maps. You get Crucible Labs, Armor 2.0. You get the artifact, new finishers, pinnacle weapons, seasonal rank rewards, exotic weapon Ariana's Vow, the legendary armor sets. Just says 2 legendary weapons. I imagine you'll get more than 2 legendary weapons. Oh, and they're doing best of year 2 bright engrams. Remember, I was like, what comes next? Best of year 2 engram? Doing it. Cool. I need some shit out of year 2. And you get like glimmer and upgrade module, stuff like that. So like, as a free player, you're getting a lot of free shit. Like,
I'm down.
Yeah, it's very I guess if I had to put it in a word, like it sounds very accessible, you know? Yeah, man, I'm pretty stoked. I hope he keeps coming with these info bombs, dude, because they're extremely like, in my opinion, like they give a lot of insight to the development process, and it's just really cool to have so much like open communication of like, this is the direction we're going, and these are some of the things that like we're introducing. It's, I hate to harp on like this is the new Bungie or whatever since Activision left, but like, fuck,
I mean, it is.
This is crazy. This is like beyond night and day. Like, it's super nutty. So October 2nd, right?
First,
is it?
pretty sure.
Okay. October, baby. Set your calendars. I need to figure that out because I need to possibly take some time off work.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, October 1st is a Tuesday, but I was also 90% sure it was October 1st anyway.
Yeah, October 1st. Let's do this.
So that was pretty much, I mean, all the important stuff that Luke Smith talked about, right? He kind of talked about how things would have worked in the past year, which you can read over that. That's nothing.
For sure.
At this point, with just the two of us yapping back and forth, it's not really much of a discussion. We're just trying to get you some info today, because Wilson's high and I'm tired, so don't take us too seriously.
I heard also that they gave some details on the Wendigo and Mountaintop.
I remember you saying that. I didn't catch it.
Yeah, I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the numbers, but actually, I think they were in Discord. It's pretty exciting if you're going for it. I'm hoping that that's not like dead giveaway that like nerfs are inbound because they're gonna make them easier to get.
Matt Grundy said DMG tweeted it.
DMG tweeted it. That's why it wasn't. Yeah, absolutely. So look for his tweet on the numbers and specifics. But that's cool. I fortunately already have those done. The Wendigo quest wasn't too bad, but the Mountaintop quest, like, I don't care who you are, dude, that was a hell of a quest, man. That was rough. It was super rough.
I didn't do it.
Well, now you can do it. It'll be a little easier.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, yeah. So Bungie is at PAX. I believe that's right now, right? Is that going on right now? I saw, there's a couple people that from Rezo and whatnot that are there. I saw Kim is out there.
Of course.
Chibi.
Yeah.
So I believe that's going on. And
that starts tomorrow.
Okay. I knew everyone was like arriving. I just didn't know the actual days. They're doing what they did, the reward matches and the risk matches, like they did at formerly the artist formerly known the convention formerly known as Guardian Con.
Nice.
Except they're gonna do what I believe the reward matches are 6v6 control. But the risk matches are 3v3 elim.
Ooh.
And it's a different pin. It says exclusive Crucible pin available only at PAX West 2019. So I'm guessing it's different even than the one they did for Guardian Con.
These are really cool, man. Like, if you got the patience to stand in line for that, like, more power to you. That's really cool. And I heard these things are like metal.
Yeah, it's a pin. It's a decent.
Well, no, I mean, like, they're like legit coins. You know what I mean? Like, well, they call them coins or whatever, but like they're pretty cool stuff, man. Like, I really wish I could go there and stand in line. Had the patience to stand in line.
Dude, the line. I'd imagine it's going to be even bigger, just as big or bigger at PAX. But dude, it was hours upon hours at Guardian Con. It was insane.
Didn't some people actually stand in both lines, like wager and win? Didn't a few people from Rezo do that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Kudos. That takes some willpower.
So yeah, they're gonna also have you can meet some devs. They're gonna have some props there again. They're gonna have community cosplay meetup, which I thought
Widow's Court at their booth.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Their booth is gonna be Widow's Court. Is that what they said? Like set
this
up
year,
like
our booth is a chance for you to visit Widow's Court again. Oh man, the memories on that map.
I am excited about that. Twilight Gap, cool. I liked it. I'm happy, but
we had some good memories on Twilight Gap.
I agree.
That was the clutch heard around the world against that team that had like 14.0 KDs.
It was the most ridiculous.
No exaggeration. That is not an exaggeration.
Well, it's a little bit of an exaggeration.
No, dude, one of them had double digits, man. Like, they were clearly like farming. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they were out there like just doing
like that
KD
account
farming.
Yeah, like that was their full account. That wasn't like that day they had it. And we were like, what the fuck is going on?
Because they left before like they were all dead, and they left before the match like had officially ended, and that doesn't count towards your KD when you do that. Like,
yeah, I don't know that stuff because I don't do that stuff because I'm bad.
Rather have a low KD.
Yeah, they talk about some hot fixes, preparing for PC migration, character boosts, all that kind of stuff. We generally don't cover that too much. It's just kind of quality of life stuff that they go over. Then you get the movie of the week. Anything in there you saw that was really cool? I didn't get a chance to watch them because I am bad.
No, I didn't get to watch the movie of the week because I scrolled down a little further and like started looking at the numbers for the little mini event coming up.
Community event thing, yeah.
Yeah, the community event. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be fun. I would assume, it's hard for us to say what, maybe these are numbers that they expect to be done in a day. Maybe they're numbers they expect to be done in a week. Who knows? Do you know what I mean? Like, I know how long they're giving us, but I wouldn't think that any of these numbers are ones that they're like, will they get to it or not? Like, I would assume all of them are very, very within reach, and that's the gist of it, just to get people to come back. And I bet you we blow through most of these numbers. I would bet.
Absolutely. I agree. I think I would expect to see these numbers rise in the future, especially when Shadowkeep rolls around. They got to, you got to dip your toes in somewhere and test the waters and see what players are capable of when you throw something as trivial as an emblem. People go crazy for it. Want that emblem.
Mm-hmm.
Community wants that damn emblem. I want that emblem.
I don't.
It's gonna be cool. I know my buddy Great needs the rocket launcher from the Nokris strike. So funny story. Been playing with Great American Hero again. We jumped into the Nightfall for the DFA. That took me 74 hours to get. First one. He got it.
No
we
shit.
do a first one. We do another one because he was working on Lumina and had to get like a 50k score or something like that, and gets another one. And then this week we helped him with his 200k score to masterwork his armor on Warden of Nothing, and he gets the hand cannon from that too. Now it's not a good hand cannon; it's the one that shoots 2 bullets, the Warden's Law or whatever the hell it's called.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot about that thing. That thing kind of became irrelevant fast.
Yeah, it's not good. But he got that one on his first run too. So it's fucking RNG, man. But yeah, so we'll be out there farming some of those strikes. Like, so I can only imagine some of the other community out there just saying, like, they'll know what's going on. Like, hey, I need my reward. Let's do this Nightfall. You know what I mean? Like, so even if people aren't farming it, I imagine they'll at least do one.
Right. Just to get the stuff if everyone
to
else
get their loot for the weekend. Yeah, man. I'm pretty excited for a lot of these changes coming up, dude, and like the evolution and like the seasonal changes. Like there was a quote in there that Luke said, the best Destiny stories are you had to be there when. You know what I mean? Like looking back in like D1, like you had to be there when Skolas was OP as fuck. You had to be there when we farmed the chest before House of Wolves. You know what I mean? Like you had to be there when insert cheese to whatever raid here. Like when we'd push the Templar off the, like it's so cool, man. And like
that might be part of the reason I still think of Crota as my favorite strike, because it just had so many moments that are whatever. Did I say strike?
Oh, no,
Wait, did I say
but like I'm not laughing that you called it strike. I'm laughing at how casually you called it a strike.
I didn't mean to. That's what I mean.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because it was super casual. Like, no, it's great. I'm sorry. Continue. Crota, favorite strike.
No, I was just saying because that is something like. Do you remember when the thrall? What the abyss was so like terrifying. You didn't know what to do. It was so fast paced. Oh, do you remember when we used to have to sword skate across fly with a sword across the thing or cheese the bridge?
Yeah. And we used to play the Chicago Bulls entrance theme when somebody had to do that, like back in the Tower Life days. Like we had stupid shit that we'd always do in raids, like what do you call them? Not like a ritual, but yeah, I guess like a ritual, like something that we'd have to do, and it was always somebody that was like good at jumping that had to be. There was only like a handful of us that could do it, and finally it got to the point to where like Director or Dave would be like, nope, I'm not doing it, somebody else has got to step up, and like we'd sit there for 20 minutes while they'd figure it out. And it's really cool, man. Like, and WoW Classic just came out, dude, and the more I watch people stream WoW Classic and Retail, which is the current version of Classic that a lot of people don't really like, I see a lot of inspiration in Destiny in the direction that they want to go with that. A lot of people in Classic WoW, you had to be there when, like you had to be there when Molten Core, the first raid, took us 40 hours and we just were chomping at the bits for more, like.
And they're playing on a lot of that stuff too. Like
Yeah,
Did
man.
you see in the one ad? They had
got, Holdor from Game of Thrones was in one of the ads. You talking about the one where they were singing?
No.
Have you seen that?
No, I don't know anything about any of that stuff, really. I just saw that they had the dude, Leroy Jenkins, like, they had him back in it and yelling. Like, that was one of those things that became so big, like, were you there when?
Yeah,
like,
it was a meme. Yeah, totally.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the ad is a guy, it's all these people at, like, a tavern. They're all dressed up, like, in old school, like, World of Warcraft. Like, you would expect people in Azeroth clothing to be wearing. And he's got his loot.
That's not a real place?
That's the realm. Yeah, exactly. He's got his loot. He's like, it was nice to see you guys. I'm going to go play Freebird now. And then he, like, comes out with his loot. And he sings a super badass, like, old school, like, folk song. Like, they're all pounding their mugs. There's a few celebrities like Holdor from Game of Thrones, Matthew Mercer from Critical Role, Dungeons and Dragons, voice of McCree, and a bunch of other amazing video game characters. And the whole song is playing on that nostalgia, you know what I mean? And like at the very end, like, you know, like he's raising his glass and he's like, you know, we're going back to vanilla, you know what I mean? And like cheering, and it's fantastic. It was such a good like ad campaign that like I dropped the $15 last night. I leveled the character to 5. I have some friends playing it.
Oh no. Were you gonna lose you too?
I don't think so, man. I'm a little out of my element. I'm not gonna lie. With that particular MMORPG, there's a lot of shit to do.
Listen, let me tell you a couple of times I've messaged Dewey in the last week.
He's been going so hard.
I'll be like, hey man, let's play PUBG. Can't. I have to patrol Westfall and clean up this Nola infestation. It can't be allowed to spread to Stormwind. And I'm like, God damn it.
That's our boy.
The other day, oh god, some of them were, and there's no like LOL or anything. I'll just be like, hey man, what are you doing? Do you want to do so and so? And he just spouts off all these ridiculous things that are happening, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Doesn't make any sense.
It's great. He's on a roleplay server too. Like, so not a lot of people are role playing, but it's cool that like within that text message that he's kind of role playing it a little bit. Like,
that's funny.
And I keep picturing that World of Warcraft South Park episode. Do you know? Have you seen that one, Hov?
No.
It's called Make Love, Not Warcraft.
Oh yeah.
And they actually worked with Blizzard to like make that episode, like their characters in game. You know, like we're talking with their voices and stuff. I can't help but think of like Dewey and Conman and Great American Hero, or all the South Park kids right now playing that game.
Oh man.
Good stuff. Should we get to questions?
We got to do some community questions. I am one, like we said, we kind of wanted to do a shorter episode. 2, a lot of these are the kind of questions where, again, I think if we had all of us here and could bounce some stuff off each other, so we may not get to all of them today.
The really good ones we should probably do with the homies.
Yeah. Well, not to say the other questions aren't good, Wilson. There's just some more suited to you and I answering, and some more suited to Lego.
Yeah, I kind of fucked that up. Yeah, we should just do the dumb
stupid questions.
Yeah. So if your question gets asked tonight.
And the first question from Marcus. He asked stupid questions, and I'm kidding. Big Tater Tot, what is your biggest phobia? And then fries or tater tots, and why is it tater tots? First of all, Tater, I love you, but fries are better than tater tots.
Fries, because maybe I do want to eat tater. It's like, what if I eat tater tots? Because my
is that like eating his children?
Is that like, oh no, I'm gonna go with fries, and I'm gonna tell you why. The wedges, the wedge fries.
Really, that's your favorite?
Like, I love some sloppy fries from McDonald's, or you know, whatever, or Wendy's. Sloppy, but you get my drift. Like, you know, your fast food fries. But if I'm sitting down having like a really good burger, I want some fucking wedges that are seasoned and the edges are kind of crispy.
You want wedges with the burger?
Yeah, right, man, right. Seasoned with all kinds of sauces, dude. I'll dip my fucking fries in ketchup, mustard, barbecue, honey mustard, ranch. I don't give a fuck.
I don't like ketchup or mustard.
Hooters has some dope ass fries now, according to Azrael. Real speaks.
We don't even have any Hooters around here anymore.
Our Hooters closed down, man, because it got kind of divey, dude. It got.
I don't know any around here anymore. At all.
It used to be like the bro thing to do. Going to Hooters, bro, get some wings.
You know, it was funny though when people like pretended they had good food.
Yeah, no, it literally, like, you didn't go there for the food.
Their food was not good.
You're not fucking fooling anybody,
No.
dude. You went there for the skimpy clothed girls.
All right, so what's your biggest phobia?
Spiders.
I don't know if I don't know.
And weapons of mass destruction. Straight up.
Here's a weird one.
Scares the fuck out of me.
I don't think I'm. Maybe it's just a mild case. I don't know. I'm not claustrophobic in the sense that like I'm fine being in like elevators, small spaces, people around. That doesn't bother me. But the thought of like, have you ever watched a show where like someone's crawling down like a real tight tunnel,
and their arms get stuck at their side?
And my thought, like, if I ever got to that
Bro.
point where I was just stuck and I couldn't move forward, I would freak the fuck out.
Bro,
I would lose my shit.
You have perfectly described like how I described that. I'm not quite claustrophobic, but like if there's a moment that like my arms get stuck to my side, I will flip the fuck out. I will probably pass out.
No, do you mean like if I just came up to you and like tied something around you and you could move everywhere? Like you don't mean just your arms. You're talking if you were stuck in something, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So like one night, dude, I went down like the deep dark hole of YouTube and started looking up like, is it spelunking? Is that's underwater cave diving, right?
I don't know, but that was one of my words for you guys one time for sure.
So there's these guys that crawl into these fucking like they're holes that are like just big enough for like you can, I don't even know how they squeeze through these holes, but like there's like a map and like imagine an ant in an ant hill, but it can't like move as freely inside the ant colony. Rather, you know how like you had like the little glass things, you can see how they spread out and there's always little caverns. Imagine just being able to like there's just enough room to breathe and wiggle like a worm. And we're talking some people go in like hundreds of feet and maybe there's like this tiny little opening where you can fucking turn around or you gotta crawl. Dude, I was like I think I went down that hole for like an hour watching all these videos of these people doing that, and I turned it off and I was sweating, bro. Like I'm with you on that. So I guess like spelunking or whatever the hell it is, or like tight quarters caving or whatever the hell they call it.
Phobia? Yeah,
dude. If that'd be torture.
I would just freak. I don't even know.
Absolute torture.
Bagu asks, we all watched TV growing up, right? So which sitcom world would you want to be a part of?
Ooh. So like any TV show, any cartoon?
Sitcom.
Define sitcom. What are the parameters that make something a sitcom and not?
It has to be a sitcom.
So like, for instance, like Roseanne or...
It was a sitcom.
Okay. There was a moment in my life I really liked the show The Shield. About the dirty cops.
Do you know what the com in sitcom stands for?
Not comedy, I'm assuming.
It is comedy.
So it has to be a comedy?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. well, not The Shield.
That's why I was like, are you sure you understand?
Okay, sitcom, comedy. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I feel like me and Danny DeVito would really get along. We could have some crazy conversations.
Like real
My
life
favorite
Danny
episode.
DeVito?
No, It's Always Sunny, Danny DeVito.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that episode where they all took a bunch of acid was probably my favorite. That was a really good episode.
I've never really watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
You could watch any episode.
Yeah, I've seen like a couple here and there. Yeah. I gotta go classic, man. Seinfeld, just because it was about nothing. It was just dumb. It was like you and I having a conversation. Do you know what I mean? It was like you and I standing outside of the house in Florida talking about the universe. Like that was Seinfeld.
Yeah, for sure. That was more of a Joe Rogan podcast, though. We were going in.
Well, yeah, but I just mean the fact that there was no point. Like it was just us talking. For sure. Did you see the new Joker trailer?
No.
Oh, all right.
I'm actually, but no, that's something that I could get into.
Well,
Wait,
it's
is that the
with
is that the
Joaquin
one-
Phoenix. There's no like
Yeah.
superhero anything about it. It's like
looks really good, man.
it's like him just being fucked up.
It's kind of a prequel, like how he became, not prequel, but like
Kinda. It's like a
coming of story, or what do they call that?
origin story.
Sure.
You were thinking coming of age, but that's generally about
Coming
children.
of age.
That's about like children growing up. Wilson, how high are you today?
I hit it a little hard before the podcast.
Jesus Christ.
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, I really like sitcoms. Roseanne, The Shield. All right.
Well, no, The Shield, dude. I used to watch The Shield. I was like, dude, I want to be a dirty cop.
Do you even remember who the main guy? Who was the main character?
Vic motherfucking Mackey.
Yeah,
dude.
but who played him?
Fuck, I don't know.
Michael Chiklis.
That's right. Cause I remember it was kind of like Chiclets.
Chiclets. Yeah, that's what I always thought of too.
Yeah, for sure.
After watching the new Joker trailer, which you haven't, but it doesn't matter. Which comic book bad guy? Okay. Which comic book bad guy would you be? No, there's one that just came out like yesterday. A new one.
Oh, I think I saw the one that came out like several weeks ago.
It was more like a teaser. This was like a full like 2.5, 3 minute trailer. It's intense.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah. Which comic book bad guy would you be? Do you even know any comic book bad guys? If anyone, wow, that was like the highest. Like, I can't even.
I had a blank stare. All right, for the audio listeners.
Yeah, but you like slightly looked up. Your mouth was wide open. It looked like. Do you remember when there was that eclipse, and Donald Trump stared at the sun? That's.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
Actually,
right,
that's a good one. Gorniak said Pizza the Hut, and I'm going to go off of that because I would definitely be Lord Helmet.
Lord Helmet. So any
Dark
any
Helmet,
villain from any series?
I guess it's not. He's not a. Well, it said comic book, but we're gonna pretend that he was in a comics. Ooh, Carnage is a good man. There's so many good ones. Yeah, just be a bad guy. What bad guy do you want to be? Pick anybody.
Fuck, this is really hard.
They can't be from a They can't be from a sitcom.
Shit, man. This is really hard. I never really thought about this. Shredder from Ninja Turtles.
Ooh, good one. Can I be Krang?
Yes, bro. We could do this.
I'm kind of like Krang. I'm like some big fat.
You're the brain of the operation.
Big, flabby,
you're
undefined.
Hov, come on.
But I have a big brain in my stomach.
I was gonna go with you're a critical thinker. All right, you're the brains behind the operation always.
It's not true.
It's 100% true.
Lego runs everything. Who runs the world?
Mr. Freeze, dope.
Lego runs the world. Anyway, oh god, that's some crazy shit.
Magneto would be cool.
Oh, there's
like
so
Magneto.
many good ones.
Magneto actually has a really fucking cool story, and I like him. I feel like he's just misunderstood. I relate to Magneto because I would ride that line of using a power for my own personal advantage 100.
Oh, I would
10%.
I would get everything I wanted.
Yes.
So many of these questions. Anon has some really good questions, but like I said, I don't want to get into these like real deep ones because me and you will just talk fucking nonsense. We need somebody to reel us in, and it ain't gonna be. Well, there's no one here.
They gonna be near you. Chat, you might have to reel us in.
Jesus. Okay, Gorniak, if you were told that if you went anywhere, just leave without anyone knowing, and wherever you go, you will have everything that you ask for, but you have to stay disappeared for 10 years, would you do it? And would you come back afterwards with $5 million as a gift to keep? Yeah, absolutely.
So this is that personal gain thing I was just talking about.
Kinda. But here's my caveat with that. I don't know that I would do it now.
Answer.
I don't want to wait 10 years from now. I'd be a little too old. If I could have done this when I was like 20, come back with $5 million and whatever I want at the age of 30, done.
I agree with you about that, but here's the problem. If I would have done it when I was younger, I would have spent that shit in a weekend and been right back to work on Monday.
You have everything you want for 10 years. You just have to be disciplined.
The younger me was pretty hungry.
And it literally says anything you want.
Nowadays I couldn't do it, dude, and it's a really cheesy answer, dude, but like couldn't leave Sam.
Well, that's fair.
She's awesome. Even if I could have everything in the world, I mean, dude, like, what do you give a guy that already has everything? You know?
$5 million.
A lot of weed. I was kidding. Which is about to happen January 1st, Illinois.
Oh my god, you mention this every episode.
I might actually do a countdown every episode and how many days it is January 1st.
Please don't. Anon asks, piggybacking on Bagu's question, you're a character from Seinfeld, or all characters from Seinfeld. Who's who, including Newman, or if you prefer, you can go the Always Sunny route and have 2 Jerrys.
I feel like I'm...
You gotta be Kramer, right?
Kramer, 100%. I see you as, like, kind of a Newman.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah, because you're very critical. And you've been known to throw a bit of a hissy fit from time to time.
I mean, couldn't that be George, too?
Ooh, yeah, actually. You're a hybrid. You are a hybrid.
I'm like a chimera.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. That's way better.
Yeah.
Dude, that sounds badass.
Who's Lego? Let's make Lego Elaine, just because I think it's funny.
Or Mana, either one of them, it makes them pretty funny.
They're both Elaine.
Yes.
That answers that. That's unanimous.
2 of 2.
And last question. I don't even know if we're going to answer this one. I just want to throw this out here anyway.
Even Chad agrees Wilson is Kramer.
Yeah. If you could have...
Lego is Jerry, Mana's...
This question is even a little bit too much for me. But we're going to
no.
ask it and just kind of skirt around it. If you could have sex for up to 1 hour with one celebrity, hall pass for those in a relationship, who would it be and how much of the hour would you use? The only part of the question I'm going to answer is probably not nearly an hour.
Brad Pitt.
You're going to use your hall pass to cheat on Sam with Brad Pitt.
He's a good-looking guy.
He's a good-looking guy. Tom Cruise.
Man, I feel Tom. Yes.
That's why I'm leaving this question, because it's just so I can't do it.
I'm gonna leave it at Brad Pitt.
All right.
I'm gonna let the audience wonder.
And mine is
for a minute.
And the answer to mine is 43 seconds.
Mine would also probably be 43 seconds.
Oh,
all right.
God.
I feel like we skirted around that as much as we could.
Well, yeah, I think that's gonna be it. First of all, I just want to say I'm sorry for the terrible episode to our viewers, guys. To our listeners, to Lego. No, it was fun.
We had to do a show.
Yeah, we just Wilson and I don't stay on track very well. It's mostly probably my fault, but Wilson's high. Like,
we've been known to egg each other on.
Yeah.
Every episode.
So, yeah. I'm Hov. You can find me here at twitch.tv/Hov76 every Thursday at 9. Although next week, I will tell you now, I will not be here. I will be in Orlando for the weekend, Thursday through Sunday. So I will not be on the show next week. But other than that, yeah, you can find me here and Twitter at Hov76. Wilson?
You can find me at Brad Pitt's mansion.
You can find me in Brad Pitt's guest house.
Yeah, right, for sure. No, at Ryu Wilson, Twitter. Next week, well, actually 2 weeks, I'll be out of town. But the week
I'm
after
sorry,
next
start
week,
over. I don't know what the fuck
no,
you're
listen,
saying.
2 weeks from now, like the next 2 weeks, I will be out of town. Next week, I may not be able to make it. We'll see. But the second week, I 100%.
Are you coming to Orlando with me?
You're going to Orlando?
I just said that. Are you serious?
No, I'm not at all. I'm just fucking with you. No, I'm not going to Orlando with you.
Oh.
That is a journey that you must make alone.
All right. Anyway, did you even say where they could find you yet, or did you just talk about how you weren't going to be here?
Yeah, at Ryu Wilson on Twitter. Hit me up, man.
Oh, yeah. Do that.
cross save experience is going. Let me
save
know
the
how excited
crosses.
are for you, how excited you are for Shadowkeep, and thumbs up or thumbs down for Battle Pass.
Even though it's not called a battle pass. Also, you can find more about Team Resolute on Twitter at Team Resolute, and more about REZOcast on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Pretty much everything is REZOcast. Anywhere you want to go. Last thing, I would like to do a shout out to our wonderful sponsors, Blue Mics and Headphones, who will have their store reopening very soon, beginning of September sometime. We'll let you know for sure, but they were switching everything over with, they're now part of Logitech brand, which is awesome. Still Blue's its own thing, but they're under the Logitech umbrella, which is really good news, really cool stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you ever want to pick up any of these wonderful things that make us sound like we know what we're doing, you can get them at bluemic.com, code REZOcast for 20% off. That's about all I got, Wilson. You got anything else?
Dude, I'm going to annihilate a bowl of Captain Crunch when we get done here.
I'm going to go annihilate my bathroom. On that note, God damn it. This is my least favorite because I have to do it because like Lego does so much for this podcast. So until next week, guys. GG.
Peace.
God damn it. It hurts my soul.
It hurts my soul deep down. Chat, thanks for bearing with us there without the Lego leader.
It was fun. I don't actually think it was bad. It just wasn't the usual. That's all.
For sure.
So yeah, anybody in chat, I would really appreciate if you guys could do me a favor. I am actually going to send you guys over to see someone, but then I'm going to jump off, clean up in here, get my stream set up, and I'm going to stream. I'm going to send you to see a friend of mine. It's her second stream she just started. She's playing a little Borderlands 2. Really big Borderlands fan. Her name's Nido Queen. Anybody who was at Guardian Con.
Nido Queen?
Nido Queen?
Nido Queen?
Nido
you know what
Queen.
that is?
Yeah, it's a fucking Pokemon, Wilson.
Yeah!
But it's spelled different, so you can't tell me what it is. But anyway, if you guys could do me a huge favor, go show her some love. I'll be on there in 10 minutes streaming and playing with her. But if you can go drop her a follow, tell her I said hi. Tell her you said hi. She knows I said hi. That would be great. Just spend a couple minutes over there. Brand new streamer. Go say hi. I think I'm repeating myself. Bye.
All right. What episode number is this?